So I'm excited today because we are talking about the new definition of personal branding. So if you are a person who is an entrepreneur, you run your own business, if you are a professional in working with teams or with your cohorts and organizations, if you are a community leader, maybe a nonprofit or different community organizations and you're leading people, this is going to be important for you. And I haven't seen anyone talking about it in this way. And it is what I see is going to be the future of what it is in terms of personal branding.
You're listening to the Confident Shift podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Charles Gustafson. I'm a strategic marketing consultant turned certified image consultant, certified professional life coach, best-selling author, and award-winning international success mentor. I'm the creator of Hue and Style and run a life-changing internet business and online community where I teach growth-focused entrepreneurs, professionals, and community builders how to transform their self-belief and personal brand presentation into a superpower. Each episode, I share lessons, stories, and personal musings from my life as an entrepreneur, mentor, wife, and mom, all aimed at helping you see yourself differently so you can live a life filled with more intention, joy, and success. I'm glad you're here. Let's jump in.
When we think about personal branding, there's kind of this definition that is out in the world pre-life of the last few years. So we're in kind of a weird spot because, going back to normal, yet not feeling completely settled. We are moving, we're trying to move ahead, but yet it's not certain. And, as I'm working with my clients and I'm looking out in the landscape, there is still this thing, the great resignation, as they call it, that continues right now, where 44% of workers in the workplace are looking to change their work or how they work. 44%, you guys. That's a lot. 44% of workers. And maybe that's you. And maybe you're part of that 44% that's asking yourself some really big questions right now. Like, okay, who am I? Because the last few years have taught me that I'm not sure I know. What do I want from my life and my work? Because the last few years have taught me that I didn't like it. Where am I going? Because the last few years taught me that where I was going, the trajectory I was going, I didn't quite like either. What am I doing? Right? How many of you have asked yourself, what am I doing in this? Is this okay with me? And is what makes me unique and how I use it and how I want to help others make my heart sing? Are you asking yourself that big question? Or what about the big question that's even like, I don't even know what makes my heart sing? I don't even know what that is. Okay. So the deal is that this post-pandemic world and this change and this transition of personal motivation and this fog of it, it's like a fog of all these questions. It's very real. It is very real. It's why 44% of people are asking themselves some big questions. And whether you are sitting in a business that has stalled because of all the change, and you need to rework how you show up for it, or you want to shift directions in your career, but don't know how to feel 100% confident in selling yourself, there's even more pressure for you to figure it out now. Especially now, because no matter what, whether you're a business or you have clients or you want to have clients or for whatever section of the job market you are in, I need you to know that right now, with all those 44% of people, there's a lot of options. You're up against a lot more candidates for jobs. People and employers have a lot more options to choose from, whether they're choosing you as their provider or they're choosing you as their candidate. And it's because of all this shifting. And also know that the people who you want to choose you, whether it's for your business or your career, their buying behavior has changed. And, many of you may not know that my background is in packaged goods marketing. So I think of my clients as how do we get you to package you so that people want to choose you off the shelf of all the other options? And the thing is that buying behavior is very important to understand for how somebody chooses you, because it's how they buy into you. And if you're a business, your client, your customer is buying differently these days. So why they used to buy from you may not be the same reason they want to buy from you. Okay. If you're a professional and working in a career, what sparks upper management to hire you, or a hiring committee to hire you, has changed. It's also shifted. Their buying into you behavior has changed. And you have to know what to do with that. And this goes to why personal branding definition is different, because the other thing you need to know, okay, from a personal branding, how people choose their buying behavior, okay, when they're going to choose who they're buying into. Did you know that it takes 6 to 8 interactions at each step that someone is assessing you and trusting you before someone says yes to you? That means yes to buying into your idea. Yes to buying into you and your offer. Yes to buying into you and your outcome. 6 to 8 touches, interactions, expressions of yourself in a process of, a line of processes before they even say that. So, what does all that mean? It means that you need to do something differently to present your best. And what that means is that you have to be clearer than ever with who you are, what you want from your life and your work, where you're going, and with what intention, what makes you valuable, unique, and how you use it to help others, what makes your heart sing, and how to stand out for it all, from in every single way, from your appearance to how you communicate yourself on and offline, everywhere somebody sees you. And if you're not 100% certain about that list that I just came off with, okay, moving forward, it will be increasingly difficult to appear different from the sea of your competition and to present yourself, what you offer, and your offer so that someone believes it. Because here's the deal. The old definition of personal branding, when you hear all the people out there in the world, the internet and the people, they'll say, go build your brand. Okay. Well, here's what I want to share with you. That's based on an old definition that is quickly wearing out. And that definition has to do with basing your self-presentation on what people need to see about you. So what you're doing is you're presenting a shell of yourself, whether it's your resume first, those interview prep questions, all the how to build your brand hype about what to do on social media. All of that is based on an old belief that you are presenting what people need to see. And it leads you down a rabbit hole of doing a lot of personal branding tasks instead of doing the inner work that is going to be the foundation that will really set you apart moving forward. Okay. And what happens when you go down that rabbit hole? Here's the real teach, is because when you go down that rabbit hole, what you end up being is you get distracted by quick fixes. You complicate the process. You complicate the process by confusing social media and all this, do all the things. Okay. And what that does in the end is it keeps you stuck in comparison, because you can't help but look around and go, well, that person has more followers than me. That person's out there doing that. That person has more. That person has. And focusing on this old definition is not how people are going to choose you going forward. It keeps you in your head about how you show up. But guess what? My clients know this because I've said this to them. I'm like, your head is confusing. Your head is confusing because where you need to be is right here. The new definition of personal branding starts in the heart. Okay. The new definition of personal branding is about binding your self-confidence, your self-assuredness to your self-presentation. so that you believe that what you need to see in yourself first. Like you believe what you need to see in yourself, your truth first. And then that truth leads you to communicate it to others. People these days are craving what is true. Am I right or wrong? Just test it out. People are super skeptical, right? So to be able to display your truth and be at home with it is how people will see you as true. And when people see you as true, your values, your excellence, your expertise, your experience all start to make sense about who this entire complete person is. That's what a personal brand is. Okay, story time. Okay, the reason why this whole broadcast, this whole chat was itchy on me is because I'm working with a few of my clients now who are professionals, and they are both in transition from looking from one position to a new in the great transition resignate thing, whole thing. Okay. So with my clients, the very first thing we do before we create a visual image that is an anchor to define a personal truth is we define the personal truth, the who you are, the where you're going, with what intention, what is your unique value, what makes your heart sing. And then we do the how of how you stand out for that. And this week, my client used what she learned at the beginning of the process to go into her interview. Okay. And she went into the interview, complete panel, people across, complete panel. And she communicated herself from the new definition of personal branding, from personal truth, all the reasons why, all of the outcomes she delivers in a way that was authentic to her. And in the interview, they said, yeah, hey, listen, you know what? We'll take it under advisement. We'll call you in a few days. She didn't even make it home, guys. When she told me, I was like, oh, yes. She didn't even make it home. They called her before she had driven home and said, please bring your greatness to this position. Now, I think about my people are the best. It was her being able to communicate so clearly to them her personal truth, her uniqueness, and her outcome that she delivers that allowed them to know right away that she fit what they needed. And guys, this is the new definition of personal branding because it goes past panic tactics of marketing on social media and doing your resume and writing a cover letter. And it goes into honing a communication about your personal truth branding. Because that's what people are buying these days. They are buying your truth. People want people, solutions, and support that give them more confidence to be able to help, heal, and grow the things around them. Whether that's hiring you for the job that helps and heals around their people, or it's doing it in your own business. And you can't do that if you're not clear. This outcome only happens when you are 100% clear. 100% clear who you are, where you're going, what's your intention, what's your unique value that makes your heart sing, that you could shout it on top of the rooftops and people would think you're crazy and you wouldn't care. And then it's how to stand out for that. And the thing is not only is it about defining all of that, but it is the kind of truth where now you have to show, say, and share it all congruently from the inside out. It's having the vision and the tools and the strategy to make that happen. Because remember, those 6 to 8 impressions that people need to see before they say yes, all have to go together. That means, yeah, from your appearance when they saw you online or in the interview, to the language that you use to describe yourself, to the outcome you're going to deliver once they say yes to you. Remember, people are skeptical. They see through the get rich quick, build a gazillion-dollar business in 5 seconds. They see through the things that you put in front of them just to click it so that they can fall into some rabbit hole of what you're offering. They see through it all. They see through the shell of just a resume and cover letter or a LinkedIn profile that's been crafted. They see through all of that. Okay. They even see through all the puffed up language you use on your website that some copywriter wrote for you, but doesn't get to the heart of you. The world has changed, ladies. It's looking for realness. Realness. And people are looking for real, sustainable, fulfilling results when they choose someone. And they are assessing every single way you show up to see if you've got a spark, a glow, a presence that is real. I'll tell you that I do believe that the days of just putting yourself out there willy-nilly and capturing who you really want to work with, where do you want to advance and making your impact, those are gone. Now we're moving in and moving forward, and it's about branding your personal truth. Well, that's with your appearance and how they see you. It's about how you treat people and the outcome you deliver them and how well you do it. It's how you speak about who you are and what you offer with the confidence to do it all. And you know what happens when you get it right? Okay, this is great. Ask my people. When you get it right, it makes you competitionless. Can you imagine? Competitionless. Yeah, you heard me. But you don't get there by accident. You get there with a commitment to self-discovery, self-discipline, to stay in yourself, and then self-presentation. How would it be to be competitionless in what you do? I mean, I know that nobody else does what I do. Just try finding someone like MCG that mentors clients to master every part of their personal truth branding, starting with how they get dressed. Good luck with that. Because the bottom line is you can own that kind of superpower too, whether you're an entrepreneur who's super ambitious, whether you're a professional who's shifting but going somewhere, or if you're heart-centered and you are building a community that helps other people. But it starts with changing how you see yourself. It starts with knowing your truth. And when you do that, you'll change how you see your entire life, and people will see it too. So yeah, you know what? We're in a weird spot. But how are you intentionally moving through it? Where are you going? And what will you need to not play small anymore, but to take up space? Because in taking up that space, you're going to create more harmony in your life right now. And all that rests on matching what you feel on the inside with what you show on the outside. Yeah. So personal branding is taking on a new meaning, and it's personal truth branding. What is true inside of you that you then give to others? And that will be the basis of how you will be remembered and chosen for your business or your career, or if they remembered you or chose you at all. Which of course begs some seriously major questions you get to ask yourself. Do you know what's true for you and your life that you're committed to showing up for? And are you committed to crafting that? Guys, this one was on me. Thank you for my people who showed up today, listening in. You guys have the tools to be able to do it, which is amazing. And I love that I've been able to mentor you to be able to do that. And if you are someone who's sitting here going, geez, I wish I had that ability, I've got some links you can click. You know, I always do have a way for you to begin. Because remember, I said the only way to get this right is a commitment to the first thing, self-discovery. Well, start discovering. Who is you right now? Then self-discipline and self-presentation. All right, guys, I feel like that's all I have today. Whew. I think I got it all out. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you know a woman who needs to hear this, go ahead and share this out to them. They will be appreciative, I am sure. Alrighty, guys. Bye for now.
Thanks so much for listening. I know you can tell that I believe that a strategic image and a confidence mindset is something everyone who wants to make an impact needs. A shift in confidence can change your life. Using my degree in marketing strategy, expertise in personal branding, and my creative self-development process, I've helped thousands shift their confidence, starting with how they see themselves in the mirror, in my signature Hue & Style mentorship program. You can explore my book, Show Up Confident, explore how I work with my clients, and see their amazing results and breakthroughs too. It's all at hueandstyle.com. Join the community and start to see how making the image, mindset, success connection can create a breakthrough in your life too. I can't wait to see you there. Bye for now.